Ryan Nickel, and this is another day in the life of a bootstrap real estate investor. And I got my sidekick with me, Wilson. Woo! Say hey, what's up, Wilson? Yeah, that's awesome. So I don't know why I didn't think about this sooner, but I didn't. And so, well, I've been driving for dollars for a really long time, and back when I was super consistent, I was doing it every single Monday. Now I'm probably doing it like maybe once or twice a month, like on purpose. Like I do it all the time, but I'll do it on purpose once or twice a month. And what I was doing is I just was driving grids in my city. I'd be like doing the north side, the south side, the east side, the west side, and that's what I was doing. And then I'd come home and I would mark. I mean, when I was driving, I'd be marking down my A's and my B's, so I know which properties were abandoned and which ones were just beaters. And then I would come home and then I would do some research and stuff like that. And I'd be like, okay, these are my 4 pre-foreclosures, and I would set routes. I mean, I literally would find the closest and just do this whole little loop-de-loop of going and driving these pre-foreclosures to see if they're vacant and whatnot. And what I was finding out was that driving for dollars was super easy. Driving for pre-foreclosures, I'm like, oh man, I gotta drive all the way over to this neighborhood, then drive all the way back over to this neighborhood, and just it became long and drawn out, and I just wasn't doing it as consistently. And I was also door knocking too, and that was taking up a lot of time. So just looking at say 8 or 9 houses took up 2 or 3 hours, because sometimes you get on a door approach and sometimes no one's there, but still you got to get out and drop off your letters and all that stuff. So it dawned on me about a week and a half ago that instead of driving for dollars and driving my grid, why don't I just drive my pre-foreclosures, and then I'm in the area, just drive around 3 or 4 blocks or so and see if there's any other houses that are looking for that are abandoned or beatered properties. And I'm like, because what I'm looking for primarily is these pre-foreclosures or something that's abandoned, and driving for dollars is kind of hit and miss. You don't know what's out there until you actually get out there and start doing it. But at least with my pre-foreclosures, I'm going in a direct approach. I know exactly what I'm doing, and if there happens to be something in the market there in that neighborhood, great. If there isn't, that's okay too, because I wasn't there specifically for that. So I'm actually killing 2 marketing birds with 1 stone. Like a little pun there. Yeah, I came up with that myself. I'm pretty impressed. I should write my high school English teacher, tell her how awesome I am. Anyway, they wouldn't care. They'd think I'm a loser, but I'm not though. So anyway, I digress. Little trip down why I hate high school, little memory lane. So anyway, if you're out there driving for dollars, make sure that you're doing something effectively, because driving for dollars, it's a great way to find a business. I find a lot of business this way. In fact, just yesterday I was out driving to an appointment to look at a house, and on the way I saw this house that was, you won't believe what happened actually. So yeah, okay, I'll share the story. Why not? I got some time. I'm driving to another appointment. So yesterday I'm driving out there, and I'm driving to this house, and I go to an area I've never been before, ever, never been out there. And I drive by and I see this house. I'm like, oh, I never noticed that house before. The door's wide open. I'm like, that house is clearly abandoned, but the door's wide open. I'm like, oh, maybe someone's working on it or something like that. So I go out there, I do my appointment, I come back, and the door's closed. And I'm like, oh, that's odd. That's really crazy. So I pull into the parking lot, or into the driveway where it's at, and I get out, and I'm looking around. I'm like, oh, there's busted windows, there's just debris everywhere, there's trash, there's spray paint, but it's a really nice house. And this is the bizarre part about it. So then I hear some scuffling on the inside. I'm like, hey! And some guy's like, yeah. So I go to the front door, and he opens the front door, and I go, what are you doing in my house? He's like, this is your house? I'm like, yeah, what are you doing in my house? And I kid you not, this dude has lipstick on. He looks like the Joker, and he has black permanent marker marked on his face, and his eyes are huge X's for his eyes. So when he blinks, he closes his eyes, it's just this X. I'm like, this dude straight up trippy, man. I go, yeah, this is my house. What are you doing in my house? And he's like, dude, I just came by just to pick up some stuff, man. I didn't know it was your house. Okay, I'm leaving. I'm like, yeah, you better be leaving. And then he kind of bows down and he wants to give me a fist bump, dude. I'm like, I'm not touching your hand, man. He goes, come on, man, I'm sorry, it's cool, man, we're cool. So I barely touch his finger, his hands, and he's like, all right, and he sketches out, and I'm like, dude, this dude, clearly, I became alpha on this guy, and he became a little beta, and he was just cowering. But I was like, one, it was completely stupid. My wife goes, why'd you do that? You could have died. He could have shanked you or something like that in the house, and no one would have known. I'm like, yeah, that probably could have happened, but I know Wing Chun, so anyway, don't want to get too arrogant with that. But at the same time, I'm like, this house is crazy, dude. So like, I'm driving around, I see this house, I kick the dude out, I go through it, and this house had been completely remodeled. Completely. I mean, they got brand new PEX plumbing in there. They did a brand new electrical. They did everything on this house. And I'm like, dang, this is like a legitimate, like, you know, like straight up, like granite countertops, like hardwood floors throughout. And the house has been, I mean, it was a 1919 home, and it has no traces at all of being dated. It was like brand new house, but it had been ripped to shreds on the inside. It's completely trashed. So I kick the dude out, I secure the house, I quickly look up in public records and find out who the owner is. I do a quick search, I find out who he is, I call him on the phone, I'm like, hey man, I just was in your house, I just kicked out some homeless dude, your house is trashed, and this is what's going on, dude. He's like, yeah, I know, it's like a daily occurrence, the cops call me. The guy lives out of the area. I said, well, I mean, that's kind of crazy, dude, are you interested in selling? He's like, yeah, I'm interested in selling. I'm like, great. Come to find out, he had the property on the market for a year. After rehabbing it, he started way too high. He started about 50,000 above market, and it just sat there, and when it sat there, it's when it got vandalized. So he's out a lot of money. I have a call with him today to find out exactly how much he's into it, what's his break-even point, but I think his break-even point is even too high for us to buy it and then to restore it and then to flip it. So I'm gonna see if I can do some creative financing with the guy, if he'll do a seller carry and let me restore it over time. Anyway, but he wanted $250,000 for it. I'm like, dude, it's all fixed up and maybe worth $260. $250 is not gonna work. I'm thinking like $100 grand, because he bought this thing at $50,000, but I don't know how much he put into it. So we need to have that conversation today. But anyway, so this is what happened. This is like, you know, straight up. So I go back there again, I walk the property with another guy that I'm probably gonna wholesale it to if I can get a good price. And we're going through this house, and I found out there's a basement. Like, I didn't even know there's a basement in this property. And we go down there, and it's like straight up. I mean, this house is like a legitimate, like sweet home if it would, you know, get all fixed back up again. So anyway, driving for dollars, you know, it's awesome if you have the intent. But again, like, if you have the extra time, either 15 minutes before or after appointment, just drive the neighborhoods. And this is exactly what happened yesterday with me. I drove this neighborhood after my appointment. I mean, on the way out there, I noticed it. On my way back, I came back and just decided to get out and walk the property, and there it is, dude. So, you know, I don't know what's going to come of this one. I don't know if the guy's going to be accommodating or not, but he's in a bad situation. It's sad to see that, you know, someone can rehab a house and then all that work just get trashed just like that. I mean, it was... he didn't spare any expenses on this house. I mean, he did a high-end upgrade. I mean, it's a 5-bedroom, it's a 5-bedroom, 4-bath house. It's like 2,500 square feet. It's a very nice house in a very nice neighborhood. Just happened to be bordering a very busy street, and there's no back fence to protect it from that. So that's what kind of screwed him up. So anyway, when you're marketing, out there driving for dollars, see if you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm Ryan Nickel, and this is what the Bootstrap Real Estate Investor does daily.